Today we're digging into why LA's housing market is just a straight up disaster. I'm talking crazy high home prices, barely any homes to buy, rents that's gonna blow your mind, and wildfires messing everything up. Policies that just can't get it together. Picture this, some folks in LA are spending about 75% of their paycheck just to keep a roof over their head. That's wild, right? I've got some hard facts and numbers to break it all down, so stick with me. This didn't pop up overnight. It's been years of tight zoning and stuff like wildfires piling up. So my goal is to give you the knowledge and understanding of this mess and maybe even push for some change. Okay, let's start with the obvious. LA home prices are through the roof. We're talking about some of the highest in the country. So the median home prices in 2025 is projected to be about $909,400 according to the latest market reports. But in places like Beverly Hills or Santa Monica, you're dropping millions without even blinking. For buyers, it's rough out there. Based on the average salary in Los Angeles, some families are shelling out 75% of their income just to cover the mortgage. That's not life, that's a grind. It's really pushing people out of the market and making it a lot tougher to build wealth through owning a home. Now, let's stack up LA against other cities. Places like Dallas or Atlanta might see prices creep up 3 to 5% a year. LA's growth is on another level, thanks to the insane demand and not enough homes. I hear stories about like families saving up forever, only to lose out to big cash offers. This isn't just about numbers, it's hitting real people and whole neighborhoods. So why is it even hard to find a house? Here's the deal, there really just isn't enough homes out there. Inventory is pretty dry. Why? Because homeowners aren't selling. A lot of them are locked into mortgage rates years ago, like maybe 3% or less. So the Bankers Association says about 80% of folks with mortgages have rates under 5%. Who's gonna trade that for today's rates at 6.5%? Nobody. So that's what we call the lock-in effect. It's keeping homes off the market. Redfin's showing LA with just 1.6 months of supply right now. Normal is more about 4 to 6 months. With a shortage like that, it's sparking bidding wars and jacking up prices even more. On top of that, building new homes is a nightmare in California. Strict zoning laws and slow permits hold everything back. And developers can't keep up. It takes years to get anything done. This lock-in thing, it's not just today's problem. It's freezing the market for years, making it harder for folks to move up or cash out. So buying is tough, but what about renting? If you think buying is bad, renting in LA is a whole other beast. Rents are shooting up like crazy. If we're talking about luxury spots in downtown LA or West Hollywood, people are paying like $20,000 a month plus. Even regular apartments aren't cheap. Median rents sit at approximately $2,644. That's up 11% from last year, according to Doorloop. For the average person, that's a tough swing. Then you got wildfires displacing thousands, and that pumps up demand even more. Folks who lose their home need somewhere to go and fast, and it's stressing them out big time. So with the average vacancy rates of under 4%, renters are just fighting for whatever's left. Bidding wars aren't just for housing anymore. Some of the landlords are seeing the chaos and they're jacking up prices even higher. It's hitting the lower income families the hardest. I mean, the luxury rentals cater to the rich, but good luck finding anything affordable. And it's really splitting the city into two. Since we're talking about the LA fires, let's talk about an even bigger problem. The wildfires that tore LA apart, they wiped out over 10,000 homes, according to LA County stats. What's the insurance loss from those fires? In a recent article, it was up to $285 billion and still counting. That's a huge chunk of housing gone in a flash. And the aftermath, insurance costs are soaring. Premiums are jumping double digits because companies aren't freaked out. And for homeowners like myself, it's just another hit. You know, higher bills, sketchy coverage, more risk. It's not just homes getting burned. Roads, power lines, all the infrastructure takes a beating too. Rebuilding drags on, sometimes for years. And people are just scared to rebuild or buy in these zones. And let's not forget the mental toll. And the mental toll is real. Investors see the chaos and back off too. It's a chain reaction messing with everything. How's all this uncertainty shaking up the big picture? Even with mortgage rates potentially cooling down a bit, maybe down by 6% by late 2025, the market's still a mess. These ups and downs are going to keep things shaky. And these old policies aren't helping either. Zoning's still locking out new buildings. Permitting takes forever. We're not getting the homes we need. The government's throwing out quick fixes, but there's no real plan. It's all over the place. Buyers and sellers can't figure out what's next. Investors aren't feeling it either. And with no clear path, that means a lot of investors are holding back cash that could fix this. And without some bold moves, we're just stuck or we're sliding backwards. Policymakers just really have to step up. So to me, all of these signs are big red flags. And it tells me LA's market is way too hyped up. And what's happening now doesn't seem very sustainable. It feels like a ticking time bomb. If prices keep climbing like this, we could see a major correction. Maybe even a bubble popping. That could mean foreclosures, financial stress, the whole works. Think back to 2008 when everything was so overpriced. Markets crashed hard and it took years to recover. If buyers pull back or the economy stumbles, prices could tank fast. History's shown us how ugly it can get. Without some serious fixes, LA's walking a tightrope. Alright guys, that's my rundown on LA's housing crisis. We've got some insane home prices next to no inventory, that lock-in effect, rents through the roof, wildfire wrecking everything, insurance costs spiking, and policies that just can't keep up. This isn't just data, it's real people, real lives getting flipped upside down. Without some big changes, LA's future is looking rough. So what do you guys think? Drop your stories into the comments. Hit up some local housing groups if you're fired up to do something. I left some links below for you to join. So if this hits home for you, smash that like button, subscribe, and share it with some friends. Catch you in the next video where I share with you my experience with selling my home in Southern California.